It's a windy day, but welcome to Troy de Vue. There are some nice specimens, I think. So, with the sunshine out, let's go and find some green. So we've just walked up the hill from the Trevithick Trail, famous for the first rail journey. To get a link for that. And we're just going to check the hillside. Given how fierce the light is, and there is a breeze blowing through, quite a strong breeze at times, we'll work with the light and try and use the movement in scenes like this. This will give us some idea of the valley. Nice silver birch. I think we'll scramble on this hillside, see if we can find some compositions. Get under the trees over there. Let's go take a look. Quite mature birch here. Quite a nice grouping. Not sure if the light's going to fall in the right place, but always good to log them. It's just a steady climb up this path, heading up the hill, but there is some lovely spring light and colour. And with this silver birch, that's making for a few images. Probably loop back that way, but for now, we'll continue enjoying this silver birch, upwards and onwards. Well, I'll need to check whether this is a bridleway or a footpath, but all of this section now is well stoned. Perhaps it's a work route, and this just helps to keep the water off. Who knows? Anyway, on we go. I'm not getting my breath back, honestly. But here we are, northwards over Merthyr. The main railway line on the left, central beacons, a banner in the background. Lovely scenes and some silver birch. Nice mature birch up there, and with that in the background we might find an image. Let's scramble up the bank and find out. Only possible problem is the electricity pylon. Let's go take a look. Well, it's a nice spring specimen, but the view beyond isn't quite what I expected. But we'll add it to the set for the outing. Nothing wrong with that. Lovely spring colours. What a beautiful canopy. Wow, spring is here. Just come round the other side, because this is the side that the light is falling on. That is a beautiful canopy, throwing a shadow onto the field below. And with the banner in the background. Yep, that's in today's set. I like that specimen. The light's a bit dappled on this specimen, but as part of this walk, let's add it in. And then we'll go and take a look through the pine. I've made a pledge not to ignore pine trees this year, so we'll wander in here and see what we can find. Also, on the outer edge there, not sure there's too much going on in this bright light, but we'll give it a few minutes just in case. Little avenues like that might just offer an image, but the light is quite dappled. We'll look around for 5 minutes. There's an outer edge now on this side, so I'll wander up to the boundary and have a look at it. I think there's some native trees, and after we've been there we'll head back down. And some farmed land. Just getting up to the tops there, I think. That's the Merthyr and Gesligauer Common. So, not much to report from there, and we'll head back down. Just looping around the edge. And what I was hoping for at that previous stop, I found a little bit here. Hello, pigeon. Some native species at the end of the pine forest. Let's go take a look. Some fallen wall and some oak. Let's just have a little scramble up there for a look. There's an interesting subject. A dying tree, and just behind it, central beacons, a banner. Yep, like that one. Oh, and there's a bath, look. Let's go and look at the bath. Hey, Troy de Rue, there we are in the sunshine. Right, bit of a red face. We've just been wandering the hillside, looking at the trees, some lovely scenes, some lovely canopies, wandering into the pines for a little while. Now going to make our way down, perhaps loop on a slightly different path as we get down the hill, but for a few minutes I'll focus on not falling over the stones that we came up, so I'll see you in a few minutes somewhere down that hill. Let's wander on. Beautiful. Look at this spring weather. Gorgeous. We've made it back down to the fork in the path, so let's take this slightly upper path back through the woodland. Whoops, he said, falling over and banging into trees. Right, let's have a look. There we are, a nice woodland stroll on the hillside above Troy de Rue. Some lovely scenes. Not sure there are any keepers, we'll find out. But as always, good to get in the fresh air, getting some exercise, practicing with the camera. I think I might be looking at an image there. And the loop back is via the Lido. This is featured in my vlogs before. Troy de Rue Lido. 1930s, as I remember. But a place where the workers could come for some fresh air and to keep clean. I'll show you around. Oh, look at the vibrant colours in there. Ooh. There's the water running off the hillside, captured in a pipe. Here's some steps down into the pool. Should have bought my trunks. Well done, Troy de Rue. That's a large beech tree. That'll round it off, so Tantra until next time, bye for now.